Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1989 movie, The Punisher. So, in this movie, Dolph Lundgren stars as Frank Castle, a veteran cop who loses his entire family to a mafia car bomb, and his ex-partner believes Castle survived the blast and became the Punisher, living in the sewers and exacting vigilante violence against mob bosses throughout the city. And when the populace is caught in the midst of a gang war he caused, Castle must again emerge from the shadows and save the innocent. So, this movie is an absolute blast from start to finish. I absolutely love this movie. I think Dolph Lundgren is awesome and badass as Frank Castle. He does a really great job playing him and everything. Even though he's not like the best actor in the world and everything, he does a really good job at playing this character, though. I think he fit Frank Castle really well and everything. The actor doesn't have a lot of range and everything. He don't really even talk a whole lot in this movie. He does in this one more than some other movies I've seen him in, but he's still really good and has a likable enough screen presence, and he's believable as Frank Castle. And I think he did a really good job, and I think the rest of the cast are really good too. You got Louis Gossett Jr. in a small role in here, and I think all of the supporting characters and stuff were really cast well and everything. And I think the action is great. It has some really fun action scenes and stuff. Really brutal violence for being an 80s action movie and stuff back when the 80s was when the MPAA was being really harsh on on what movies were rated R and stuff and everything, especially in violence and action movies and horror movies, especially horror movies. But I was surprised that this one was one of the ones that didn't get really messed up with by the MPAA or anything. And the violence are pretty good and everything. And it has some really awesome action scenes throughout the movie and everything. And part of that comes down to Dolph Lundgren just being a really cool action star and everything. And this does feel more like an 80s action movie than it does an adaptation of the comics and stuff. This isn't like one of the best adaptations of the Punisher and everything. I personally feel like my favorite Punisher is Thomas Jane, but I think that this one is just a really fun time and everything, and I love the 80s cheesiness to it, and the action is really good, and the cast are great in here, especially Dolph Lundgren, and I would have seen to love him wears the classic Punisher Skulls shirt with the skull on it and everything, which is like his signature. Part of the signature part of the character is that costume, and they didn't have him wear it in this movie. I think if they would have continued with it, he would have worn it in sequels, but we never got any, unfortunately. And I would love to see if in one of the upcoming Avengers movies, if they bring Punisher in here and stuff during the Multiverse Saga, I'd love to see them bring in Dolph Lundgren's version of the Punisher, maybe bring in Thomas Jane too. That would be really cool. And the guy who plays him on the TV show, John Berthenol, I think is his name. I'm not 100% what the name of the guy is on the show because I actually haven't seen the show. But it would be cool if we did get to see previous versions of the Punisher, if they bring back him and everything as a variant or something. Because I thought Dolph Lundgren was great and everything. So all in all, I feel like this is a really fun movie and has some great action and everything. It's not anything super special, but it's just a fun time and everything, and that's all it really needs to be. It's an hour and a half, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It gets to the point pretty quickly, and it's just a fun action movie from the 80s and stuff. Like I said, if you're going in expecting a great Marvel's adaptation, you're probably not going to be into it as much, but it's just its own thing as a fun movie. I think The Punisher was a really good time, so I'd give this movie a B+ for sure, and everything. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Punisher, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.